A lot of people with chronic back pain will choose to rest more or to avoid the things they hurt, especially if they can control it, because well, pain friggin' sucks. Nobody wants to be in pain forever. Nobody wants to be suffering for no reason. And so if you're a person living with chronic back pain and you're doing your best, just know that I see you, I feel you, I know it sucks, and I know it's super hard. But I also want you to know that if you're choosing to just rest or avoid things that hurt, using this avoidance strategy is just going to keep you stuck. And paradoxically, it might actually be making your back pain worse over time. So in this short video, I just want to detail why. I want to help you understand why that is. And then in videos in the future, we're going to start to chip away at getting back into the things that you're avoiding. Because avoiding things forever certainly isn't going to help. Okay, team, so I want you to think about your life like one big circle. Stay with me here. So here you are as a circle, you in circle form. And in that circle, I want you to think about all the stuff that your back has to get you through the week. So maybe it's walking the dog, maybe it's household chores. If you have kids, maybe driving them to and from practice, going to and from work. If you have more of a physical job, you'll have to do that. Maybe you have hobbies that are physical, like going to the gym, cooking, cleaning, yard work, all that stuff. It all goes in there. So your body and its tissues, they adapt according to something called the SAID principle, which stands for specific adaptations to impose demands. If you want to get better at running, you should probably run. If you want to get better at weightlifting, you should probably lift weights. If you want to get better at reading, you should read. So you get the idea. In order for you to improve your capacity and your ability to tolerate things and do things more efficiently with your body, you need to practice them and do them over and over and over again. Now, the unfortunate thing about the SAID principle is that the opposite is also true. And it's summarized in this phrase: if you don't use it, you lose it. So if you're avoiding activities and you're choosing to just get away from all the stuff that hurts, and again, I get it. You don't want to suffer. You don't want more pain to show up in your life. But if you do that too long, what happens to the tissues in your back? What happens to the muscles? What happens to the bones? What happens to the connective tissues? What happens to your ability to do things? So when you avoid things or rest too long or don't use your back enough, without you knowing it, without you realizing it, that circle that you started with is starting to get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And so here's the problem with this. Suddenly, the things that used to not cause so much pain, used to not be so bad, now might be really challenging or really painful or really difficult to get through. And other things can start to happen. Other things can start to influence how your whole circle evolves and how you feel in general. So you might start to get worried. You might start to become fearful. Is my back pain ever going to go away? Why can't I do the things that I used to do? And then that worry and that fear can spiral into stress just about the future, about your job, about your life. And that stress can carry over into the form of, oh my gosh, I'm not sleeping as much. I'm worried and I'm not recovering as well. And so then you wake up and you're even less tolerant of getting back into activities. So all of this is to say that that strategy that you utilized early on, I'm going to rest, I'm going to avoid, makes a lot of sense. But that strategy can backfire. And so now you're faced with a bigger hole to dig yourself out of as it gets more and more challenging to get back to the stuff that you need to do day to day, even the basic stuff. And we know that's not what you want. That's not what you want. That's not what your family needs out of you. And it's just not going to be a strategy long-term if you keep doing what you're doing. Living with chronic back pain that just won't go away and that permeates every aspect of who you are, totally sucks. I empathize with that. It's unfortunate that if you're not careful, it can start to permeate every single aspect of who you are, right down to the little things, your thoughts and feelings. It'll affect how you have to plan every little aspect of your day. And I don't want that for you. But now you know that rest and avoidance, although it can be useful in the short term and make you feel better, in the long term, it can be dangerous and it can actually make your situation worse overall. So in future videos, we're going to start to talk about, okay, so if I'm not supposed to avoid things, if I need to get back into the stuff that's important to me, how the heck am I supposed to do that without going into a massive flare-up? We're going to discuss strategies for how you're going to do that. It's not easy, it's not perfect, and there's going to be ups and downs, but I promise it's going to be worth it because where you are right now is not where you want to be. And I know that, you know that. So let's get to work and let's try getting back to what you love. Hey team, thanks so much for watching this video. If you liked the video, please make sure to click that like button and make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you're a person who's living with persistent or chronic back pain, or if you're a clinician and you have questions or suggestions on future video content, please make sure to leave a comment below and I'll check it out. Until next time, just remember, I got your back.